What's good, YouTube? Dmgaming here. Andre here with the DM Network. Man, today, y'all, I have an awesome video planned for you. A lot of good information, so be prepared for that. I'm going to do a breakdown video of the demo video that we uploaded yesterday. So if you haven't seen that, should be a card popping up here at the top of the screen. Click on that, or at the end of the video, just go to the playlist and it's going to be in there. You can't miss it. And instead of showing like the actual footage from it, I've composed or comprised some screenshots that we can go through and look at, and I can pretty much break down the information that was given that we haven't been given prior to this. So sit back, relax, and let's go.
I am Prince Vegeta. Kneel before your God.
Cool, man. So y'all, if you new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to click that bell icon so you don't miss a single upload. Follow me on these social media platforms. My PSN ID is Dmgaming5. I do talk to people on there, so hit me up on there. We can play some games sometimes. Twitter at Dmgaming5, which I'm very, very active on Twitter. Twitch at Dmgaming06. Instagram at _DM_network. And y'all, I got a little surprise here. Something I want to try out. So shout out to Total Tech Addiction, because we were talking in the comments yesterday and he mentioned, he was like, man, I'm over 9,000 hype. And I was like, I like that. I told him, I said, we should make that a thing. So shout out to you, Tech, because we going to do that. The notification squad will now be known as the over 9,000 hype squad. Let's try that out. I don't know. You know, some people are like, well, hype over 9,000. No, over 9,000 hype squad. So subscribe to the channel if you're new, or if you haven't yet and you've been teeter-tottering, go on and click that sub button. Click that bell icon and become a part of the over 9,000 hype squad. So guys, yesterday's live stream was a catastrophe, but we still came away with some good information with the demo video. Today, they do plan on talking about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, 12:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So that's that'll be 2:30 Central Time. That should be around 3:30, 4:30 Eastern Time. And I had some people messaging me. Somebody was from South Africa. Another person was from England. If y'all don't know what time it starts in your area, just you can go to Google and type in wherever you stay at with the Pacific Daylight Time converter, and it'll tell you. Or you can just hit me up and I'll let you know as well. But that's due today. Now, what they're going to talk about, I don't know. I really think with them having an hour plan that they were going to reveal a lot more information than what they did, but they didn't. So maybe we'll get it today. I don't know. Let's fingers crossed there. So let's get into the video. So like I said, today I want to talk or go through the demo. Now, this demo is not the demo that we would get. This demo was specially made for E3. They only had 20 minutes to play the missions or play the mission to fight Raditz and stuff like that, to kind of explore, give them time to explore and do different things like that. They only had 20 minutes to do that. So they didn't, people didn't get to just get deep into the game. But if we get a demo version, that demo is more than likely going to be longer than 20 minutes. I really expect them to give us a demo of this game. But this is not why I have this up here. One subscriber, and I can't find the comment, but he brought this to my attention that Goku in this main menu, because we were talking about Geese. And so whoever you are, let me know who you are, because I cannot find your comment. And I was trying to give you, recognition for bringing this up. In the other video we did talking about the different clothing and stuff, you notice that Goku has his different signias on his gis. We talked about that. Well, guess what? He pointed out that in this one, he doesn't. And you're right, he doesn't. When you push the start button, I think that this is the main screen to the game. And when you start it up, Goku goes here and walks around. Regardless of where it is, when it is, it's clear that Goku doesn't have any signia on his gi. Now, when did this happen? And he made a valid point. In the Cell Saga and going forward through the Majin Buu Saga, Goku did not have signia on his gi again until he fought Whis. or to the Battle of Gods, where we put his signia on his gi and stuff like that. Even at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, Goku has Kame's, he has a Master Roshi signia. After that, he has King Kai's signia, and then he has like his generic Goku signia is essentially what it is. So he has the Turtle Hermit, King Kai, the Goku signia, and then this one, like where he didn't have any signia at all. So this could be representative of him at during the Cell Saga or the Majin Buu saga. Either that, or my speculation also is that the signias that we get, we actually have to earn them. So for the Turtle Hermit, you actually have to go through some kind of training to earn that signia on your gi. Because, and this is very reminiscent of how real martial arts is, as well as how Dragon Ball really is. In order to carry somebody's signia, you have to pass their training. You have to earn that. It has to be given to you. You know what I'm saying? So they could make us do that in the game. Y'all, this game is going to be awesome because the producer of this game in CyberConnect 2 is a fan of Dragon Ball. And so being a fan and being a producer working on the game, he's making sure that everything we see in this game is true to the anime. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in depth as we go on. But I wanted to point that out already. And so since we're talking about gi, this is the other gi. This is King Kai's gi that Goku gets after training with King Kai. So in the previous video, I think it was about 2 or 3 videos ago, we did the details you may have missed kind of thing. We saw the Turtle Hermit gi, and we saw the Goku gi that he has when he's on Namek fighting Frieza. And after that, this is the in-between. This is the King Kai gi. And in this screenshot, he was fighting Nappa. So this is after he's training with King Kai. So just very, very interesting things. And while we're talking about fighting, one thing I want to bring up that they talked about was that there are no walls in the fighting arena. So if you think about Xenoverse 2, if you think about Xenoverse 2, if you think about Rage and Blast, all these Dragon Ball games where you could fight in the fighting stage, but there's like this invisible wall that stops you from going any further. The voice in the demo, introduction to the demo, said that there are no walls in the fighting arena. So basically what it is, okay, so you have the area where you're flying around at, right? Well, when you go into a fight, it basically takes everything out and just leaves you and the person that's fighting, and that becomes the fighting stage. And so what happens is essentially you're basically able to fight in that open sandbox style. So you can kind of go anywhere, do anything within that fight. So I thought that was really cool that they had no walls in there. Also, no PvP. They said that in a PvP game, it's tough to make the game true to Dragon Ball with it being PvP, because in PvP, which is player versus player, they said that the game has to be balanced. I mean, that's why you have games like Xenoverse 2 where Goku can get beat by Yamcha. So, you know, this is crazy. And Dimitri even said in the live stream yesterday that was one of the challenges that the producer said going in, is that you have this god strong character in Goku, and how do you make him playable on Earth and stuff like that, you know, because in Dragon Ball, Goku is OP, you know, he's the main character. But like, I like that they're going in that direction because I want that realism. And some of y'all have commented saying the same thing I did, that you don't want limits to your strength. And so hopefully we'll be able to train and get as strong as we want to, make it realistic to the anime. But what they were saying is they made the game PvE instead, which is player versus environment, or you versus the computer. So this allows them to make the bosses super freaking strong, like they are in the anime. Because when Goku fought Raditz, he was at a disadvantage. He wasn't when he fought Nappa. He was at an advantage there. But disadvantage against Vegeta, disadvantage against Cell and Frieza and stuff like that, till he went Super Saiyan and stuff like that. So that's why they made the game PvE based instead of PvP. So if you're ever wondering if the story mode is PvE, if there's going to be a PvP element to it, it's not. It's all PvE. They wanted to make that true. So that, you know, they talked about the boss's strength, their ki, their power level, and stuff like that. So that was real interesting. Here, speaking of ki, you're looking at what it looks like through Goku's eyes in ki sense, We did a video about this, y'all, in the Dragon Ball Game Project Z playlist. Go check that out about the key. And we talked about how I wanted, like in Budokai 3, you could sense their key and find out where they're at and stuff, but it was generic in a sense. This is exactly what I was asking for, because her exact words was use Goku's key sense and get an automatic power level reading for your enemy. And I talked about how they could do it different ways. If you go watch that video, y'all will know that I'm telling you the truth here. I'm not just saying it because I found it out. No, we said this months ago. I said in that video that I would like for them to maybe have the key a different color for different people. And depending on what the key looks like, you could tell the strength of the opponent. Well, look in the top right corner. That's Piccolo. And his key, his aura, you can see his aura. And it's colorful. It's red on the outside, but it's a little gold in the middle. I don't know what that represents because I don't know what it looks like. I don't know if everybody's looks like that or if that's just what it, Piccolo's in particular looks like. Because we know even in the Raditz Saga, Goku and Piccolo wasn't exactly friends, but rather enemy of the enemy is my friend kind of thing. You get what I'm saying? So maybe the red represents that maybe Piccolo isn't just the best guy, but you're working together with him. Now, they said that Key Sense can do that. Plus, it also lets you see things that you can interact with in the game. So I thought that was really interesting. Now, I want to see how it looks like if I did a Key Sense against an enemy and see, like, does it show a number for their power level or whatever the case may be. So, but that was very, very interesting. And here's just another screenshot. I told y'all that in the demo build that they didn't have the cutscenes. They didn't have all the cutscenes in there. This is, and we know that because we saw a picture of Goku grabbing Raditz's tail. We know that's a cutscene. This, I don't know if they're going to work this as a cutscene or is this going to be like I believe that this is going to be like a quick time event. Whenever we have to put Raditz in the full Nelson while Piccolo charges the Demon Wave or the Special Beam Cannon. I believe it's going to be a quick time event. Y'all remember it back in the other Dragon Ball game. I think it was Burst Limit. We had to like spin the analog controllers and keep them. Oh man, that was heck. But I don't think they're going to go that route. I think it's going to be more a quick time event for something like this. But that was very interesting to see that as well. And then this is just another scene from Gohan breaking when he broke out of the spaceship. Leave my daddy alone. Collides into Raditz. Now, what happened in the anime is that, and this is true if you play Dragon Ball Z Legend of the Super Saiyan on Super Nintendo, you can't damage Raditz until Gohan does this. Because even in the anime, Goku and Piccolo struggled with Raditz until Gohan did this. But we know that's not going to be the case in the game. So, or it could be, I don't think. We'll see. And then this is just another image that they showed. Or, this is after Goku's fight with Vegeta. We all know that because his shirt missing and he laying there. This is after that particular fight. So just something else there. And then they showed the world map, but I got a screenshot of this part because it shows in the distance back there, you can see a tower, but that's actually a city. And I want to say this in front of us is Korin's Tower. I haven't seen the lookout, but I know the lookout's going to be in the game. They kind of scroll side to side. They didn't go all the way up. I think if they went all the way up, you could see the lookout as well. But that's that. And that's the last of the screenshots. Pretty much all the information that they gave out. Just some of the other screenshots from some of the other things. That's the gi that we were talking about earlier. One thing that I did want to point out here, perfect image for this. If you look in the top right corner, something else, another detail. If you look at Raditz's bar, and this is talking about the bosses and how they're developed in this game, right underneath Raditz's health bar, you see that times 13. If you've watched the gameplay, Raditz has 13 health bars, bro. I think it starts out at 16, though, and it goes down. 16 health bars that you have to bring down. And the fact that this is Raditz, can you imagine how it's going to be when you fight Frieza and Cell and Boo? Y'all. This game is awesome. So training, I cannot wait to see how they do training. And I hope that I hope that you can train as much as you want to. And I believe that you will be able to, because this game is designed for you to live like Goku. And that's what I'm going to go more in depth on in the next video, is how this game is meant to be played, and how I feel that if you play it in this particular way, you're going to get the best out of it. So y'all tune into that. Be watching out for that video, because it's going to be awesome. But that's all the information that I got right now, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in this long. Till next time, thanks for watching. Peace.